No crime scene, no body, and no murder weapon in the Crystal Rodgers case. The attorney for the main suspect, Brooks Houck, outlines what he has called a lack of evidence and a rush to charge Houck instead.
WDRB's Valerie Chin explains what the other two suspects reportedly told investigators. Valerie?
Brooks Houck doesn't want his trial combined with Joseph and Steve Lawson. 25 pages just filed claim to show how police investigated the Lawsons and the holes in the case. Since 2015, just what happened to missing Bardstown mom Crystal Rodgers has remained a mystery. Suspects Brooks Houck.
Do you know of anybody that would want to hurt her?
I mean, as far as I know, she's a well-likable person.
Joseph Lawson and Steve Lawson remain behind bars. But what evidence is there in the case? Prosecutor Shane Young handed over 2 terabytes of evidence to the suspect's attorneys. What is all in there hasn't been released. Houck's attorney Brian Butler just filed a 25-page motion saying the Commonwealth lacks dispositive proof that Ms. Rodgers is deceased. He says desperately needing to solve the case even with evidence problems, no crime scene, no murder weapon, no body, the Commonwealth targeted the Lawsons with the goal of getting either or both of them to cooperate against Houck. The court documents also detail Steve Lawson's interviews, statements, and testimony. September 2015, a Nelson County grand jury appearance, and then 5 years later in August 2020, an FBI interview lasting more than 5 hours. Then in June 2023, a KSP interview lasting about 6.5 hours. Butler writes, all 20 hours from start to finish are full of inconsistencies, later admitted lies and responses to leading questions aimed at implicating Brooks in the disappearance of Crystal Rodgers. Butler says investigators were desperate to indict Brooks and told Joseph Lawson, whether you killed her or not wouldn't be our concern. We're trying to get you out of a crime. In the court documents, excerpts of interviews between Special Prosecutor Shane Young, detectives, and the Lawsons, they're discussing offering immunity for providing information. Young tells Steve Lawson, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've never extended this offer to anybody ever. I've never done it. I've identified people who are involved but low enough involved that I'm willing to give them immunity. You're it for me. You have a blanket to get out of murder. All 3 suspects have asked for a change of venue because of the media attention. Young wants their 2025 trials to be combined into one. Butler argues against it. Those topics are expected to be discussed at their court hearings on March 21st. Ted Lavette, Steve Lawson's attorney, says what Butler laid out is true. He also said investigators didn't treat Steve Lawson right and were screaming and yelling at him, insinuating he's lying. And Lavette said there will be some inconsistencies when trying to remember minute details from 8.5 years ago. With photojournalist Emily Evans, Valerie Chin, WDRB News.